explain the Eye of Providence, since there is false information about it, and people saying that it's the symbol of the Illuminati. There are many websites detailing where the Eye of Providence came from and where it started. So, let's start this right now. Here is a page of it on Wikipedia. Don't you dare say I'm only going to show this site, you little dick-sucking faggot. Alright, here let me read it for you. The Eye of Providence, or the all-seeing Eye of God, is a symbol showing an eye, often surrounded by rays of light or aquarium, usually enclosed by a triangle. It represents the Eye of God watching over mankind, or divine providence. In the modern era, a notable depiction of the eye is the reverse of the Great Seal of the United States, which appears on the United States $1 bill. The association of an eye with the concept of divine providence did not emerge until well into the Christian era in Renaissance European iconography, where it was an explicit image of the Christian Trinity. 17th century depictions of the Eye of Providence sometimes show it surrounded by clouds or sunbursts. As you can see, it is not the symbol of the Illuminati. Oh, look, another site proving my point. Origin and meaning of the motto. Above the Eye of Providence, on the Great Seal. Under Coeptus is the Latin motto, suggested in 1782 by Charles Thomson, the founding father chosen by Continental Congress to come up with a final design for the Great Seal of the United States. On June 20, 1782, Congress approved Thomson's design for both sides of the Great Seal, whose official description for the reverse side specifies a pyramid unfinished. In the zenith an eye, in a triangle, surrounded with a glory proper. Over the eye these words entered tis. Although Thomson did not provide an exact translation of Entered Coeptus, he explained its meaning in conjunction with the Eye of Providence, in a triangle, surrounded by rays of golden light, a glory proper, in the zenith of an unfinished pyramid. The eye over it and the motto allude to the many signal interpositions of Providence in favor of the American cause. Signal means unusual, notable, outstanding, to give a sign. Interposition means intervention, to insert between. Many leaders of the American Revolution felt that Providence had often intervened to enable them to achieve independence from Great Britain, particularly General George Washington, who said it. The many remarkable interpositions of the divine government in the hours of our deepest distress and darkness have been too luminous to suffer me to doubt the happy issue of the present contest. March 26, 1781, the Commander-in-Chief earnestly recommends that the troops, not on duty, should universally attend with that seriousness of deportment and gratitude of heart which the recognition of such reiterated and astonishing interpositions of Providence demand of us. October 20, 1781. Entered Coeptus reflects the mottos suggested by the Third Committee, Deo Faventi, as well as by the First Committee, Rebellion to Tyrants, is obedience to God. And look, another site once again. Is the all-seeing eye a symbol of divine omniscience or sinister influence? Today its symbolizes control and domination by a shadowy elite, but its original use was quite different. This article traces its use and meaning back to ancient times, when it was a symbol of divine providence, powerfully representing spiritual truth and awakening. The all-seeing eye is a powerful esoteric symbol, which is widely misunderstood and misused today. Few know what it originally stood for. It was originally symbolic of a higher spiritual power or God, a watchful caretaker of humanity or an awakened spiritual part within. But these days it has quite different associations. Today the all-seeing eye is more likely to be seen as an Illuminati symbol of control and surveillance by elites, who to a large degree run the show on this planet at this time. This is because, over time, dark sinister forces have taken over esoteric symbols that for thousands of years were used to convey positive, helpful, uplifting spiritual messages and principles. The all-seeing eye is a prime example of how spiritual symbols have been hijacked and inverted. There has not really been much push to understand the symbol's original meaning or to reclaim it for the spiritual significance it first conveyed. This is the first in a series of articles I am presenting that will take a closer look at individual symbols and delve into their origins and history to uncover their deeper esoteric significance. I am writing these as part of an effort to reclaim these positive esoteric symbols and restore them to their previously esteemed state. Symbolism has long been used by humanity to communicate ideas, which are best crystallized in a compact form. As the well-known saying goes, a picture tells 1,000 words. Esoteric symbols are alive today, as they were in the ancient past, but there is much confusion surrounding their usage, history, intent, and meaning. In ordinary life we use symbols to show at a glance important information such as traffic and road signs amongst many other symbols, which are widespread and common today. Some other examples are corporate logos and certification statuses. Symbolism is also especially used in the communication of non-physical, spiritual ideas, phenomena, and processes. The all-seeing eye is one of the most powerful and widely used and misused symbols of all. In this article I trace its use from the earliest of times through to the 18th century and show what the symbol originally stood for. My next article will examine its use from 18th century Freemasonry onwards and show how it has since been hijacked and misused. We perhaps find the precursor to what eventually became known as the all-seeing eye in the Rig Veda, a Sanskrit text thought to have been written over 3,000 years ago and one of the oldest known texts. In it there are many references to the sun and to other deities as being an eye in heaven, as an eye which reveals creation, or an eye which never closes. One can liken this to being symbolic of a high level of awakened consciousness, that advanced spiritual beings heaven which an ordinary person can potentially attain. The Hindu god Shiva has 3 eyes. The third eye or brow chakra eye is known as the Eye of Shiva, possessor of all knowledge, which when opened will destroy anything it sees. Thus it is a symbol of knowledge, which destroys evil and ignorance. This again can be likened to an awakened higher spiritual part of a person, which sees the truth of things and can then eliminate within a person's psyche that which is opposite to and blocks divine consciousness from manifesting more. In this way it is a creative destruction of evil to transform it into higher consciousness. Even in modern times, the Eye of Shiva is used in jewelry to give protection against evil to its wearer and to gain wisdom and understanding from the world, from life events and from the self, for positive transformation. I am not going to read all of that for you, but I will provide a link to it in the description. But hey, here is another site once again. The Eye of Providence, a journey into Masonic symbolism. Each year, the Memorial Association creates a commemorative holiday ornament featuring a theme from Freemasonry, George Washington, or the memorial building itself. This year, our holiday ornament is the Eye of Providence. See page 16 for more information. It is a symbol recognized by Freemasons everywhere as a beautiful representation of the watchful care of the Supreme Architect. But its history as a symbol reveals ancient roots that antedate its inclusion in our craft by millennia. Learning more about those roots can help us to better comprehend what our ancient brethren understood when they contemplated this beautiful emblem. One of the most extensive sources of our symbolism is the Great Light in Masonry. There, we find several references to the all-seeing eye of the Supreme Being, especially in the books classified as wisdom literature. Some of the earliest are from the Book of Songs. The majority of the songs in this book were written between 800 and 600 BC and were used in the ceremonies held at the Temple of Solomon. The symbol recurs numerous times in these beautiful ancient hymns. The L.O.R.D. is in his holy temple. The L.O.R.D.'s throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. Behold, the eye of the L.O.R.D. is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. The the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. Here, the divine gaze is celebrated as profoundly concerned with justice. According to the psalmists, the supreme being observes his creation from the supernal throne in the celestial temple, gazing with approval on those who are aware of his presence and who follow the moral law. Similar uses of the symbol of the eye of God may be found in the book of Proverbs, which introduces the idea that the eyes of the Lord preserve knowledge. Another book, Wisdom of Mensura, also known as Ecclesiasticus, may be one of the most important sacred sources for the symbolism with which we are so familiar. It was written in the 2nd century BC, and it reiterates the theme of omniscience. Indeed, his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knows every work of man. Later, Mensura uses language that more directly evokes the common iconographic depictions of the all-seeing eye. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. That sight goes on longer about it, but I can't read it all, but there is a link to it as well for you. But as you can see, it's not the symbol of the Illuminati. It's the symbol of the all-seeing eye of God. And even though I don't believe in a God, I at least do my fucking research about things. But the village Christian and other people that say they are Christians are crazy wackos that think the Illuminati is after them and think that the Eye of Providence is their symbol. But as you can see, it is not. It's the all-seeing eye of God. So looks like I busted this bullshit.